to Retirement Ain't Easy. I'm your host Chuck, and today's video is a vinyl related video. So if you're a record collector, you may want to watch this. If you're not a record collector, I don't know, you may want to pass on. But what I have today for you is, first off, let me preface this with I recently inherited some 45s from some in-laws, and they're really old, from the 90s, well, some are from the early 80s and mid 80s, but I chose these two because they're really grody. These have been sitting in a garage here in Texas for at least a year. So if you're familiar with Texas, it gets freaking hot during the summer. And so this has collected a lot of dust. I mean, this is the way they were just stacked like this. There's a whole stack of them like this. I just picked these two out. My Sharona, the DAC, and Queen's, another one bites the dust, because they look pretty nasty looking. So what I'm going to do, and I'll get to what is on the table here, I'm going to play these beforehand, and then I'm going to use what's in this box, and then we'll see how they sound afterwards. Okay? So let me start with opening this box. I have not opened this box, so we're going to cut open the tape there. This is Big Fudge from bigfudgevinyl.com. Hard to say. And like I said, I don't have one of these, and I usually don't use one of these. I usually have the regular, this kind of cleaning and spray, stuff like that. But because of the shape these 45s are in, and I have some albums too that could probably use this, I decided to try it out. So I went to Big Fudge's website. First I went to Amazon, because you can usually find everything on Amazon. On Amazon, if you go to Amazon and look for this product, and this is the Record Friend vinyl cleaning system, cleans 7-inch, 10-inch, and 12-inch records. Easy to use, essential for serious record collectors. Well, I'm not a serious record collector. I used to have a decent record collection in the 70s and 80s, but like most people, I sold them and used that money to replace those with CDs. So I've been rebuilding my collection over the last, I don't know, 6 years, maybe 6 or 7 years. Anyway, and so I'm not a serious record collector. I buy a record and I listen to it. I buy it because I want to hear the music. I don't go looking for rarities and things like that. I mean, I might buy a special Kiss album because I am a Kiss fan, but otherwise I don't do. I've never stood in line at record store day. Just put it that way, never. I mean, I usually go and see what's left after, or I'll see what's online. But so anyway, not a serious record collector, but I do buy albums. I do buy vinyl and I do buy CDs. So let's see what's in the box and see if it works. Whether it works or not, I'm stuck with it. What I was saying is, on Amazon, if you go to Amazon and buy this from Amazon, it's $66.50. I'll put the how much it was on Amazon. So off of Big Fudge, which is nice about Big Fudge, it was like $50 or $60. Oh, I can't tell. Anyway, it's a $6 difference between Big Fudge's deal and Amazon. And the cool thing about the Big Fudge vinyl site was they let me use my Amazon Prime membership and cards. So it was great deal. I saved money going through them. So here, let's open this up, see what we got. We got, looks like a bottle of Record Friend cleaning fluid. Read owner's manual before use. One of those. Looks like we got 2 of those. Net content 150 milliliters. So I don't know what that is in ounces or whatever, but looks like there's 300 milliliters of that. We got cleaning cloth. We got another cleaning cloth, and we got the owner's manual here, and there's nothing on that side, and so this is the owner's manual, 1 page. We can call this a manual maybe, but owner's sheet. Okay, so we're gonna look into that. And what else? That's it for that. We've got this big thing here. What is that? Something fell out. Oh, looks like a footy. Let me take a break here. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. So looks like I yanked a little footy off here that goes right there. So there's 4 little rubber dillies. Let's put this back in here. Let's get this box out of the way. So let's make it look, oh there you go, record friendly. And the top comes off. And it looks like you got some dills here. I'm assuming you put these here. That must be for 12-inch. So let's say 7-inch, probably right there. And then you probably slide that in like that without reading the owner's manual, I'm just guessing. This is pretty tight right there. Okay, so this is a manual one, so you have to spin this with your own hand. What I don't see, I thought was, maybe it was just a separate thing that was part of the picture, but I thought there was a drying rack. So once you wet these and clean them and dry them off a little bit, you put them in a drying rack, but I don't see that. So I'll have to check the website and I'll figure out something for this. Probably just lay them on towels for now. All right, so I'm going to read the manual and then I'm going to come back. And first we're going to take a video real quick of the 45s playing on my system here and have a quick listen. I don't want to get like copyright infringement or whatever, but you know, we'll try and get a few seconds of just how it sounds, and then we'll watch them and see if it works. Okay? So I'll be right back. I'm back, and in case you haven't noticed, I've got a new shirt on, maybe even a new hat, I don't remember. That's because I'm recording this 2 days later. Turns out on Saturday when I recorded the first part, and I stopped and I took some pictures of the 45s playing, and then I read the manual, and step 2, besides first step, remove the lid. Step 2 was to gently grip the sides of the basin near the bottom of the unit and pull down to release the drying rack. There's no drying rack. There was nothing here. So I decided not to touch anything, leave it as it is, was sitting here. And I went online and sent an email to Big Fudge about this. I said, hey, you know, where's my drying rack? I want the full package of what I paid for. And I went and I looked. I double checked because I looked and the pictures were on their website where I ordered the package from, and I believe it's on Amazon too. So I sent them an email, and they answered nicely. A girl named Teresa. Thank you very much, Teresa, for the response. I did that on Saturday. I sent the email Saturday. They didn't respond till this morning, Monday. You know, but that's fine. So this has been sitting here the whole time for the 2 days, waiting for their response. And so I got a response, and it turns out that they don't ship the drying rack anymore with this system. I don't even know, there wasn't even an option to buy a drying rack separately on the website. So no drying rack. I didn't want to return it, and so Teresa was nice enough to give me a $20 off my order. Turned out to be $39.99. So that was very nice of them. So I've got the system. I haven't done anything with it since the last recording. Got the records here. I got everything open. I was just going to go through the manual here and see how this works. Next step, rinse out the basin with warm water. I kind of rinsed it out. I did. I took it to the sink and kind of rinsed it out. So I did that. Pro tip, pre-wash the drying cloths. I did not pre-wash the drying cloths It says it will make them fluffy and more absorbent. Do not use any softener or dryer sheets. Okay, well that'll. Well, these aren't done, so I'll look into doing that at another day. Insert the rollers into one of three positions. So I've got these rollers here, and they came in the 12, I guess the way out here, 12-inch position. So it says to put them in here, inside position for there, and then insert the two brushes into the tracks. Well, it came shipped with the brushes, but I'll get them out here and you can see what they look like here. So I'll insert those back in, spinning and brushes. All right. Two brushes. Now, washing your records. Fill the record friend with distilled water up to the bottom of the grooves, marking the outside position of the rollers. All right, there is a groove here. Yeah, I can feel it. There is a line here, and it says, I can get the max water. Yeah, so there is a line here that tells you where to max out the water. So that's good. I do not have distilled water. I didn't have, obviously I didn't pre-prep for this. But I do have bottled water, which is a tad better than the tap water, I would hope. And I mean, this has purified water and then magnesium sulfate, potassium chloride added for taste. Huh. Okay, so I'm going to use this. We'll see how it goes. Let's see. Fill the record friend outside position of the rollers. If you don't have distilled water on hand, tap water will do the trick. Well, I'm going to use this. Hopefully it's better than tap water. So let's get going. Oh, this lasts forever. All right. I believe this is about just a little less than. This is 61 ounces, and there was some taken out already, so I'll use 15 ounces. Oh, there it goes. It just went down for some reason. Oh, sorry. Oh, yeah, it went down some. It went down quite much. All right, so I'm going to put some in there. That's why I have to make sure how much this takes. So let's take this out. Let's fill it all the way up to the line right there. Yep. Let's see if it goes down anymore. Well, incline. There. There we go. It's not down a little more. Actually, where do I want to? One more up to there. Okay, that's weird that it's all the way up to the line here and not up to the line over here. So let's go over there. All right, that evened it out. I don't know. It's even line across now. Yeah. Next step. Jeez. Pour 3 capfuls of the cleaning fluid directly over the brushes into the water washing basin. Insert record in between rollers. Okay, let's take one of these. Open it up. Ooh. It smells like hospital. Actually, it smells like if you ever given blood and you know they use the swab on your arm before sticking the needle in. That's what it smells like. Okay, so 3 capfuls. 1 of these, 2, and 3 brushes. All right. Yeah, I need this. All right. This is my drying rack. Okay, got that in there. Let's get this off the top here. This should be. Next, insert record between the rollers. So I'm going to insert. Let's try my Sharona first. Put that in there. It's in the rollers. Let's get a. I'm going to line this up. Rotate the record 3 times clockwise, 3 times counterclockwise. So let's do this first. There's 1. Let's see what. It's easier to rotate. As it goes up 2, 3. And so counterclockwise. There's 1. There's 2. And there's 3. Using the microfiber cloth, gently. I didn't fluff it, but gently remove the record from the record friend and wipe it with the pre-washed drying towel in a clockwise motion. Clockwise motion. Okay, there's that. Clockwise motion. All right, putting it on my drying rack for lack of a better place. Place the record onto the drying rack until completely dry. Your record is ready to play. Stored in a clean, archival, quality inner sleeve. Well, I ran out of sleeves, so I'm going to have to order some more. I'm going to do this one. It says each wash cycle should clean about 30 to 50 records, depending on how dirty your records are. Okay, so this water can be used up to 30 to 50 records, which that's a lot of spinning. I would probably do, 15 or so at a time and then give up for a while. So let's do this one real quick. Queen, another one bites the dust, and don't try suicide. There is one clockwise. There's two clockwise. There's three clockwise. Now below it, there's one, two, three. All right, and let's take this guy off, and let's wipe him clockwise. I'm not sure why you gotta do it clockwise, but this would be a little bit harder to do with 12-inch albums. Much harder. At least this one, you got the holes in the middle. Alright, definitely looks cleaner. I mean, these were in a garage and were pretty dusty. Okay, so I've done that. Good for 30 to 50 more records. Once you're finished, remove the brushes from the basin and wash gently with warm water. Press out any excess liquid and let them air dry. It's not a good idea to leave the brushes in the cleaning solution. You can make sure you take them out. And then you can save the cleaning solution once you take the brushes out for up to 1 week. So you don't want to waste, I mean, this is for 3 capfuls. This will probably last quite a while. You can save the cleaning solution and then you just put the lid back on there. Keep it in a safe place so it doesn't get tipped over. And then when you're done cleaning records for good, remove the brushes again, rinse and air dry, empty the basin, and rinse both rollers and basins with warm water. And store in a cool, dry place away from heat or fire. Keep away from children. So there you go. That's the owner's manual, and those are the steps to clean a record with this. Pretty straightforward, and we'll see how it goes. So I'll be right back, and we're going to play these. Okay? Okay, I'm back. 45's dried. I put them on the turntable, and there you go. You heard what they sound like after the cleaning that I did right in front of you. And the neck, my Sharona, I think this one is pretty much unfixable. I don't know. It's pretty scratched up. It's pretty bad. So it was interesting just to see how the difference would sound. But the skip's still there. The pops are still there. So I don't know. It is a cleaner. Definitely a cleaner disc, but yeah, this one was pretty bad. This was pretty bad looking. So, what the heck? It was worth a try. Now the Queen, another one bites the dust. You heard. This one sounds maybe a little better. It didn't sound that bad to start with, but it is definitely cleaner. The grooves are cleaner. There's, it's definitely not as many scratches as the My Sharona, so it's pretty salvageable, and it sounds okay for a 45. Again, I thought I'd just try it out. I'm happy with it. I mean, I'm going to clean some other things here, some other albums, some of my older albums, and see how it works on them. But I'd recommend it if it's in a pinch. But if you got a lot of albums you want to clean, you may want to look at one of those ones that spins itself. This would be time consuming doing all of that for a number of albums and 45s, but it is what it is. So I'm happy with it. I'm going to hang on to it. I'm going to actually keep it set up right here, and I'm going to clean a few more items here and off camera, and we'll see how it goes there. So thanks for watching. This has been a Retirement Ain't Easy vinyl video, and I hope this was informational. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.